Hello, welcome to a new vlog and the start of a new week. I'm sat talking to you from the greenhouse because Matt is busy sawing away in the house and it's too noisy. So hopefully you can hear me well enough in here. And firstly to say, I'm sorry that I didn't sign off my last vlog properly, but it was the day after the party and I'd been busy dismantling the awnings and taking down the decorations, and I was just exhausted, and nor did I have the energy to make myself look presentable enough to speak to you. So I hope you don't mind. Anyway, the party was a great success and we all had a lot of fun, and we've been asked to host again next year. So that is the sign, a good sign should I say, that fun was had. But now the party is over and done with, we are ramping up renovations in the house. We've just had a skip delivered, which is a sign that we mean business. And this afternoon I'm going to make a start on staining the oak flooring in the lounge. And my plan is to get one coat down this afternoon and another tomorrow, and then on Wednesday wax the flooring. I am on a tight deadline because I need that room to put the contents of from other rooms in the rest of the house into, so that we can get in those rooms to do the renovations. So fingers crossed the staining goes to plan, but we'll see. The renovations we anticipate will take us up until Christmas. If we go over, I expect that it'll just be decoration. But between now and then, the vlog, I will be doing other things. So the vlog won't be solely focused on house renovations. There will be other content as well. I'm also hoping that this afternoon I'll get a chance to make a hummus. But we'll just see how things go. If not, I'm sure I'll get round to it at some point this week. And I am actually going on Thursday evening to do a workshop. I've been kindly invited along, and I love trying new things, so I gladly accepted. Now, I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly because I've never heard of it before, but it's a Kokedama workshop. Anyway, it sounds like fun, and I'm hoping that I will have the opportunity to film, so I can take you with me. Anyway, I best get on with the flooring, so I'll speak to you soon. I've just given the oak floor a wipe down with some diluted white spirit just to take up any residual grime and dust. So I'm just going to let this dry for 10 or 15 minutes. And then this is the range of floor stain and wax that we use. It's Spiddy's. It's good, it's hard wearing, and it's easy to apply. So first of all, I'll put the stain on. We've gone for walnut colour. Which is the colour we've used throughout the rest of the house, albeit we've done 3 or 4 coats elsewhere to achieve a darker finish. But this room's quite light, so we're going to go for a lighter finish in here. So as I mentioned earlier, it'll be 2 coats, possibly 3, we'll see. And then once it's had its stain, I'm going to apply the floor wax. I'm going to apply with cloths and gloves, definitely gloves. You definitely need to wear gloves for this job, and I've also got my knee pads on, so I'm ready to go. We decided the flooring needed one coat of stain, so I'm already on to the waxing, which is great because we're running ahead of schedule. Wax on, wax off. I'm putting the wax on and then I'm using a dry cloth to take the wax off. Hello, happy Wednesday evening. I hope you're having a great week so far. I'm finally getting round to making the hummus. I do like to keep a jar in the fridge as a go-to snack, and it's quick and easy to make. And if you're making your own, you're avoiding the seed oils that tend to be in the shop bought hummus. So it is better for you. Now, there are few ingredients really, and it takes less than 10 minutes to make. We've got chickpeas going in. This is the brand that I prefer to use. I think the taste is better, but that's a personal opinion. So you use whichever chickpeas you want to use. And of course, tahini. This is the tahini that I use. Lemon juice, olive oil, water, garlic, cumin, and a bit of salt. So I do think the key to making a creamy hummus is to whiz up the tahini and lemon juice first for a couple of minutes. Into the blender goes 60 mils of tahini. And we want 60 mils of lemon juice. Okay. And then I'm going to set that off to whip for about 2 minutes. The tahini and lemon juice have been nicely whipped up for a couple of minutes. So to that, I'm going to add the chickpeas. I have drained them and rinsed them. Strip those in. And I'm just going to add a dash of cumin. It really is quite an overpowering taste, so you do need a very, very small amount of that. And then a little bit, just a scant of salt. I'm going to add 1 garlic clove and mince that. And then I'm adding 30 mils of olive oil. And then I'll set the blender off again. I'll spare you the noise of the blender, but once that's been whipping up for about 30 seconds, I'm then going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. So I left the blender running for about 2 minutes, and there we have it. A batch of fresh hummus. It couldn't be easier. Hi, it's Thursday evening and I'm very shortly going to be leaving the house to go to the Kokedama workshop. But I've remembered that I've got some cream in the fridge that's about to go off. So I thought I'm just going to very quickly, with the next 20 minutes that I've got before I need to leave, churn some butter. So I thought I'd show you how. So this is the cream. Now it's a process rather than a recipe, so it doesn't matter how much cream you've got or how little cream you've got. It is so simple. I mean, it's only one ingredient, just cream. I do add salt to it. I'll show you that shortly. But if you just want to use cream, then it is literally one ingredient. And it's a good way to use up the cream if it's about to come to the end of the shelf life. Because with butter, the high fat content and low water content mean that it's very difficult for bacteria to circulate and grow. So hence why I can still use this and make butter, but I wouldn't necessarily eat the cream. So I'm going to just turn you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm using the KitchenAid for this, and I'm going to start off using the whisk, and then when it starts to really thicken and almost go like whipped cream, I'll replace the whisk for the flat paddle, and that's just because it's more likely to break up the butter as it starts to form using the whisk rather than the flat paddle. So that's why that would be better at that stage. So literally, in fact, let me get a spoon or something. So I'm just going to pour this in to the bowl. There we go. And switch this on. Now I suspect that's going to take maybe 10 minutes, maybe not even as long as 10 minutes to churn, but there's quite a lot of cream gone in there, so we'll see what happens. I've also got here some muslin cloth, and I will use that to strain any excess buttermilk out once I've got the butter. A bowl which I'm going to fill with ice cold water, and that's just to wash the buttermilk from the butter once it's formed, and my salt and my butter paddles. Now you could of course do this the old-fashioned way and use a butter churn. I've chosen to use the KitchenAid, the food processor, because I haven't got the time. This is an arduous task. Whilst it's novel, it is an arduous task. So if you've got the time, go for it. This is a Kilmajar butter churn, and I've just picked it up on Amazon. Okay, so that's just going to sit and do its thing, and I'll come back to you shortly. We're now at a whipped cream consistency, so I'm just going to change the paddle. And what we'll start to see happen soon is that the fat will separate, so, and then it will form butter, and then the liquid will be the buttermilk. I'm trying to speed up the process because the clock is ticking. Anyway, I don't think we've got long to go. You can hear it and see it splashing everywhere. So we now have butter. The liquid is the buttermilk. Right. Hopefully I've not got any on my cookbook there. There we go. And now I'm going to put gloves on actually for this next stage. This is the butter. And I'm just going to put it in this bowl of water and just squidge it around a bit in a ball. Now the reason why, in fact I am going to move you, let me just Sorry about this. I'm still getting used to the angles. Right, there we go. You can see me better now. So the reason the water needs to be cold is so that the ball stays formed as a ball. I'm just going to wash off any excess buttermilk, like so. Should be fine. And then I'm going to pop my ball in the piece of muslin cloth and just wring it out to really get any excess liquid out. Right. And now if you're using salt like I am, then we're going to add it at this stage. But if you're not, then you can skip the salt adding bit and just go straight to forming the butter into a block, which actually isn't essential. You could just leave it as a ball if you prefer. Right, I'm going to take these gloves off now. Now, waste not, want not with the buttermilk. I'm going to pour it into, I've got a wet jar here, but a jar or whatever vessel you choose. And I'm going to pop that in the fridge then. And I will use that to make pancakes with at some point this week. I love the taste of buttermilk. It really does enhance the flavour, and it makes perfect pancakes. So we're really not wasting anything, and I'll secure that later. Right, so for the salt, I do like salt, so I'm going to add quite a lot of salt, a good teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half, and then we'll get the paddles and pick up the ball. It can be a bit messy, this bit. And just play with it like that. You know, move it around, squash it all together, just to incorporate the sugar, the butter, and then shape it. You don't need butter puddles. You could, of course, use your hands, but I've got them, so I'm going to use them. To be honest, it's not that easy to shape it with the paddles. So, you know, it probably is easier to use your hands. And because I am now really pushed for time, I have just gone and got myself another pair of gloves, and I'm going to use my hands to shape, incorporate the salt and shape it then. It is much quicker. It just looks better doing it with the paddles, doesn't it? Anyway, there we go. And I'm not going to get a perfectly rectangular formed butter bar doing it with my hands, but you know, it doesn't matter. I will shape it as much as I can. This is looking more like a sausage. Right. So I'm just going to pop that onto the baking parchment and take my gloves off, and then I'll do a final shape in here actually. I'm just squashing this together. Do you know, I'm happy with that. It will have to do. And then I'll wrap it up like a present. some string here. And that's it. Ta-da! A homemade butter. It'll go in the fridge now until we're ready to eat it. I'm on my way to the Kokedama workshop. Storm Benjamin is storming. It is not a nice evening to be out and about, but there we go. I am looking forward to tonight and learning a new skill. I'd never heard of Kokedama before, but I have looked it up. I did know it involved plants and doing something with plants, but not specifically what. So it is a Japanese art form that involves wrapping the root ball of a plant in moss and a soil mix, and wrapping it into a ball that then creates a living pot-free structure. So from the research, the little research I've done, I believe it originated in Japan hundreds of years ago, and it's the poor man's bonsai equivalent, because at that time in history bonsai trees were really expensive. So this was another way of people owning a sort of bonsai plant of their own.
Yeah.
This is a nice thing to do, really.
And start to make it into a bowl shape. Yeah, that's good. That's lovely. No
just
gaps
more.
through.
I'm not sure if that's big enough. Actually.
Fill a few gaps. Yeah, that's fine.
I can see the table. It's like working in the hairdressers.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Is that all right?
Oh,
You know when
I've got a
you
few
sit-
holes.
Yeah.
Is there some more?
Yeah. Sorry, there is. Yeah, let me just.
I think that's big enough, is it?
I think mine's big enough.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
big enough?
I think so, because yeah, it's about the size of Sharon's.
Yeah, they have huge. Well, see what time it is.
WI.
Anyone need any more? Are we okay?
Is this big enough?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Is
Yeah,
that big enough?
yeah, perfect. All right. I'll do, yeah. Anyone want any
I feel
more?
at one with nature.
Good. That's exactly how we want you to feel. You'll get more in than you think, actually.
It's Like bacon.
Yeah, it's like making
Bake off.
bacon from the garden.
This is the technical challenge.
I've got bake off to catch up on actually.
I've not
And the
got that.
craters.
Oh, last night. Oh, they're rubbish.
Last night was
I
brilliant.
did see last night.
That's the only words that come out of my mouth. Last night was brilliant.
It was.
Last night was brilliant. That's it.
Did you watch it last night?
Brilliant.
It was
It's really good. That's all I'm saying. It was brilliant.
I mean, the brilliant thing is, we'll be home by the time it's
Still
done.
Yes.
keep that hole down the middle because that's where so we just take it out of its pot very gently with its roots, and we're just going to tease those roots at the bottom ever so gently just to loosen them up from being in the pot. And we're just going to go straight in and sit it onto that, directly onto that.
soil's falling apart.
Yeah, they might do some of them.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
look, it just sits in there.
It might be a bit wobbly, and if you look round,
gosh, it's all broken
got
up.
some holes around. So what we're going to do now is back with the soil, we're going to fill in around it so it's nice and compact in there, and get your fingers in and give it a good
I'm now feeling a bit
pressing down.
nervous.
So
like
again with
it's
soil.
going to be firm in the bowl, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
I might need your help.
Let me show you. Let me just get my
I'm
soil.
feeling a bit nervous.
So we're going to get our scoops, sprinkle round. So we're going to fill those sides now. Get your fingers in and make it go down the sides. We don't want any gaps. We want it all nice and full of soil. Keep the plant nice and secure.
He's seeping, he's spreading like a 40-year-old on an office chair.
I got tangled.
Just to make it.
Oh la la.
Yeah.
Oh, his bottom's all right.
Yeah, just and then
Well, that's
At
good.
least he's watertight.
Bloody
more down. Yeah.
curly sides.
Just keep going round with your
Oh, it was 10
Right,
times.
I've got a bit of
I did
tangle
it 3
going
times.
Don't worry, just
way more.
lose it in it, and then go again with your cotton.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It'll
10
just become part
times.
of it, yeah.
Mine feels a
This is a nice activity.
Keep going, just just give it a roll, another roll on the table. Yeah, give it a roll, give it a good press, that one. That's
They
it.
look great.
Get it.
So, do they? I mean, the plant needs to be repotted. Do these need
Yes.
to be repotted?
It will eventually, but they'll last like this for 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
If roots start to grow through the bowl, just snip them away. Then after 2 to 3 years, find someone like me or yourselves now who can rebind it, or just take it out of there and put it into a plant pot and pot it on.
Or any cakes? I can see an egg custard tart, which I'm a bit partial to. An egg custard? Yes, please. Here we go. Just like the out.
Just so it's just nice and level all the way round. Yeah, just get rid of the stragglers and then go over it again with your cotton right up to the top.
Okay.
And it'll just secure it all around the top. I tend to buy the sphagnum moss separate because it is just pure.
So sphagnum, you buy that from
Yeah, you can buy it with that. You know plumleys?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. They have in their indoor plant section, they have little 1 kilogram bags. Just that you can carry away. With their
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yes,
no
thank you.
cotton,
Is
is
it just normal like sewing cotton?
Yeah, that is just normal sewing cotton.
Just
Yeah.
choose an appropriate, well this is a big colour, isn't it?
Yeah, you just
Gold.
blend it
I like
out.
How do we do the end?
So,
Sorry, I missed that.
These are
just snip
fantastic.
it so you've got a
Well
line.
done. Really good.
Yeah, and then with your line,
Oh.
you're just going to use one of the following
Nice.
tools.
Hello! I've just got home from the Kokedama workshop and this is my creation. Meet Cynthia the Fern. Isn't she fabulous? Oh, it was a brilliant evening. The workshop was run very well. It was fun, they were attentive, very helpful. I honestly, I couldn't recommend it highly enough. I loved it. And the lady who runs it, Sharon, she's great, really good, and she was a good teacher. Her company is called Kokedama Llama, which is a fun name. I will leave it linked below. So, after an evening of fun, I'm now going to get in my pyjamas, take my makeup off and settle down to watch Traitors. I'm desperate to know what is going to happen. We were left on a cliffhanger last night, weren't we? Well, you enjoy your evening and I'll see you over the weekend. Hello, it is Saturday morning and I am stood in our kitchen ironing because I have nowhere else to go. Today is the day we start the major renovations and I spent a lot of yesterday clearing rooms upstairs ahead of today. So my lounge is now full of clothes and furniture from all over the house. I can't get in the office and my home is no longer my sanctuary. Never mind, it's always worth it in the end. So I am here in the kitchen which at the moment is relatively untouched and will be for the next couple of weeks. We are doing some work in here, but as I say, not for a couple more weeks. I think that starts at the beginning of November. Anyway, I've been up since 4:30 trying to get ahead and on top of some jobs because once the rip out starts, I know that I'm not going to get a chance to do anything that needs doing housework wise, as I will be helping to do with the rip out, whether it's clearing or whatever. So this morning I have got on top of some laundry, which I'm now ironing, and I've been doing some editing. I've been to the bakery to get a loaf of sourdough because I'm not going to get a chance to bake this weekend, and I have put a shoulder of lamb in the slow cooker, so that's cooking away nicely and will be ready for dinner. And at about 10 o'clock this morning. We've got some friends coming to help us with the rip out today. So I will be making breakfast for us all before we start. I'm going to make bacon, sausage and egg butties. And very shortly, I'm just going to do a bit more ironing, and very shortly, ahead of them coming, I am going to go and strip some wallpaper. I haven't got much stripping to do because most of the rooms are being taken back to brick, but there are some that are wallpapered that are staying, so I do need to strip those. So what are we doing today? Well, we're taking quite a lot of wall space back to brick, and we're bringing a ceiling down. We have done that once before in this house, and I remember saying at the time, I never want to do that again. So, I mean, you forget over time, you forget how bad it was, but I do remember saying those words. So, but once it's done, and it does need to be done. It is a smaller room, to be fair, so there won't be as much mess, but it's a horrible job. And also that the ceiling that's coming down is in the oldest part of the house, so what's up there is generational and it's got to come down. Oh, anyway, I think we're probably also going to get round to replacing a couple of the windows this afternoon as well, but we'll just see. Most often when we do anything in this house, because of the age of the property, we uncover things that we didn't expect, and it takes longer to do things, or just throws a spanner in the works. So we'll just have to see how we go with today. I will film bits of it where I can, but you have a great day, and I will be back to chat to you at some point this weekend. It's not actually coming off as easily as we thought, the wallpaper. We expect that a waterproof paint has been painted over. The underlay is coming off fine, but the wallpaper itself is quite tricky to get underneath. We have just scored the wall, and I'm trying to put the steam onto the scores, hoping that it's going to get underneath and penetrate. But anyway, it's not the 5-minute job I expected it to be. Oh, that's amazing! Original flooring! What a surprise! We've already had an injury. That piece of metal has just slid through Matt's finger. He knows he was silly not wearing gloves, but anyway, he super glued it, bless him. And hopefully the show will go on.
Crap there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd bend it a bit.
It's joined.
Yeah.
Basically, they've cut it and then they just put a piece of one before on it.
Yeah.
Need
That's probably why it was bending.
Yeah, the join's there, and then the wood, the
It's
support.
more because it ties in, I think.
Yeah.
It's got it spreading outside.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a bird's nest there.
It's probably something. I told you it was a messy job.
at that.
You watch, it's too
Teamwork.
It's too thick now, isn't it?
I mean, it's going to be tight.
I've just expended all my energy hammering it.
We now have our shell. We've worked hard today and it's much cleaner than it was when the ceiling came down. The carpets are coming up. We're putting reclaimed oak flooring in here. New windows in. I love these windows from the residence collection. And we've made the decision to vault the ceiling. So we had intended to put the ceiling back how it was, but we're going to vault it instead, which I think is going to look really good.
Hello, happy Sunday to you all. We've had some sad news. Our little chicken Mabel has died. We don't know why. 1 minute she was here and the next she wasn't. People have said that you get used to this with chickens, but they're more than chickens to us. They're our pets and we adore them. So we're pretty sad about it. We've buried her in the garden. I guess that's just how it goes when you have pets. Anyway, in other news, we had a very successful day yesterday with the rip out. So we've started off this batch of renovations on the front foot and we're very pleased with how things have gone. There was a glitch with the heating system. I'm not going to pretend to know what actually happened, but this morning there was a moment when I had water literally pouring down the wall through the ceiling. But anyway, it's all been sorted now and not much harm done, to be fair. We're starting renovations in the kitchen in 2 weeks anyway, so it'll need redecorating after that. Other than that, everything went well and to plan, so we can't complain, and long may that continue. And I am going to sign off now. And I hope you have a very happy Sunday evening and a very happy week. I'm going to cook a roast and totally chill tonight. I think we've earned it. I will see you next Sunday.